set. What is it? QuickLime versus MrRgrs.
QuickLime versus MrRgrs. That sounds right. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's run through the picks and bans, shall we?
Yeah. God, that was the first match. Are you ready for the next ones? We have 2 more of these to go through.
Okay. I know we do. All right. So first of all, we've got QuickLime banning Redwoods and MrRgrs banning Gallery, another Redwoods ban. And then restrictive veranda and a restrictive ballroom. We'll see if those come back later in the draft, as someone wants to pick the other person's restrict. QuickLime doubles courtyard. I'm sure you're happy about that. Then MrRgrs doubles high rise. So kind of both of these venues are very classic in a sense, and both of them are very formulaic, I'd say, in how you play them sometimes.
I would say that double high rise can be very, very swingy. Like I could easily see like a 4-0 either way coming out of high rise, just because like of how the map is and how it plays out.
Yeah, and then QuickLime picking up ballroom. That was MrRgrs.
That was the restrict.
Yeah. QuickLime, I like you for it. This is ballroom. Ballroom is a good venue.
Yep.
MrRgrs picks library to round out the set.
All right, I'm good to go when you are. Have the game loaded up, OP.
Loading it up as we speak. I see
teal. Yes.
Right. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So actually, to your comment during the draft, I don't actually particularly like or dislike Courtyard. I just play it because I'm okay at the map.
Okay, so by the way, we just NASCAR'd around the entire venue to go back to our S2.
Is that the term we use now?
Yeah, we turned. Well,
it's not gonna be Tokyo Drifted.
Okay.
I call it the Mario Kart. I think that's a good one.
Oh, that's good too. Oh, these are all good names.
All right, so before a single mission is done, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
We've got contact. We've got flirt. We've got insights. What's our last mission gonna be?
Yes. You got it, OP. Exactly. That is the exact question that all spies should be asking on this map. And I say it again and again and again every time I cast Courtyard, because that is how I play it also. So, Opie, I'm going to throw this to you. What do you think that MrRgrs should be looking out for on this map right now?
Well, Bug is the best mission, always, unquestionably.
Even on this map?
Yes, because the rest of them are really not good. Purloin, the sniper angle is just so high. Swap is pretty easy to get you on. Prints aren't left around very often, so you're almost always gonna be the only one going for them and like actually completing them, so the sniper can see you doing it. And maybe it's a gross shot for the sniper to take, because you don't want to ever be shooting for like pure soft tells in a venue where AIs can complete so easily. But in this case, we do actually request a drink after a drink take from the ambassador, so fingerprint off the drink might not be tracked as well.
Yeah, that's good. And I think that you can usually get away with getting the briefcase once, right? It becomes super suspicious once you get it twice, or if you go to a statue that the ambassador's been at. But like for whatever reason, snipers, I should say, like usually have a harder time keeping track of drink.
Because it is a thing. To around, and not everyone's always on top of that. So we are going to go in for these statues. 50 seconds left on the clock. It's getting a little bit. Oh, this is fingerprintable though. Okay. This is fingerprintable.
We are on like a perfect track, right? To win.
Yeah, MrRgrs has already won this game, in my eyes.
Oh, as long as the ST is
as long as the ST isn't the worst.
Sorry, we're going to Tokyo Drift to the other side of this map. I mean, I'm using this term correctly, right, OP? Okay,
no.
OP, there you go. You can point that out right there. You can point out that pathing, because I think QuickLime can actually see that.
You can see the missed pad?
Yeah.
All right,
Not this time,
very
though.
good. MrRgrs completes with a soft tail game on Courtyard. Very nicely done. QuickLime did not seem on top of the fingerprints. So
Mhm.
a good start out of MrRgrs. Both of these players have not been doing super hot so far in bronze, but we'll see if one of them can take off a win here.
I mean, that is definitely one of the outcomes that can happen out of this. In fact, I would say that that's 66% of the outcomes that can
Yeah.
happen. I would
Well,
say it's highly likely that one of these people will win this match, and stop any kind of streaks that they're on.
You really don't like me casting for narrative, do you, Woodar?
Hey, okay, so we are MrRgrs is 1-0 against QuickLime.
Yeah,
How do you feel about QuickLime's position here, as being one game down on
Well,
Courtyard?
you can still win your spy game. Hasn't broken still yet. QuickLime on Irish on Courtyard. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Now, I was gonna say, like, again, like, a reason why I play Courtyard 2. Sorry, Courtyard. God, the reason why I play Courtyard 2 is because I can just win that game every day, all day. The reason why I play Courtyard is that you can win as Spy, and there are some maps that you just don't get that feeling, right?
You can.
You can. We just saw it happen. We just saw it happen, OP.
Uh-oh. We're being shot too while we're holding the briefcase. Doesn't look like it was on screen, though, so everything's fine. We can't return this, so QuickLime should put this down. Correctly done. Very nice briefcasing.
Ooh,
I'm really happy that we are not.
Hey, come on.
He didn't like that.
MrRgrs, not a highlight for a good briefcase.
They highlighted for fingerprints. Like, okay, this is like some like SpyParty player psychology, but like once you've won with a mission, you probably think about that mission a lot more as sniper.
That's fair. It's probably just for fingerprints, but I saw the good briefcase and I was like, oh, that was so good. And then we got immediately highlight.
It's alright. I'll call this a soft highlight.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit unusual. Neither of these players have been highlighting for statues, which is on Courtyard in particular. That's really interesting because like even I highlight for statues on Courtyard, and I'm someone who loathes highlighting for statues normally.
I will say that there is an argument for highlighting statue visitors only after like a minute has passed. Because a lot of the time, the spy doesn't want to go to the statues at the very beginning of the game.
I guess that's correct. You can leave out the
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
How did that happen?
Oh. Well, we had an AI go to early statues, and then
oh, they did. We highlighted the statues.
Chaos Walk,
and we got shot for it. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that could have totally been a swap from Cowboy Hat there. And then like the BB kind of confirmed it from the spy side. Because they were talking during the BB.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah, it could. I suppose it could have been an early game swap if you didn't have the statue read in time. Doesn't look like they had any fingerprints though. Nothing like that. So I guess it's just assuming the swap happened. And assuming the flirt. It's kind of a rough spot to be on.
Definitely rough, but like they were looking for an excuse to shoot, right?
Yeah. So a bit unfortunate there for MrRgrs. 1-1 now on Courtyard.
We also getting confirmation in chat that MrRgrs also thought that Cowboy Hat had fingerprints.
Yeah, did not in fact have fingerprints in the game. MrRgrs.
Okay. This is not a spot you should be in, MrRgrs. You should always have perfect information as a sniper, as you say. But in the situation that you found yourself in, I think that was a good shot.
Okay, we're gonna
go with the information in your head, incorrect or correct. Well, mostly incorrect.
I love Rodar giving advice to the people in chat.
Yeah, just simply have more correct information than incorrect information. Are you ready for the next game, OP?
Yeah, I'm ready for the next game. Let's
1-1
on Plane Twin in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I would say this is a good position to be in for both sides, being 1-1 on courtyard.
Oh my god.
Would you rather be down? OP?
You are trollier than third noob. I swear to God.
Hey, we got the flip done. I'm going to put this out now. Like this is, I think, a key mark of like knowing when you have like I'm going to say like going from beginner spy to intermediate spy is like being able to get your flood done within like the first 20 seconds of the game.
Why am I being pinged for scoreboard?
Why are you being pinged for scoreboard? But it's okay. We're going to get to BB.
He's just trolling me, which is because I dared insinuate that you were trollier than he is. All right, highlighting for real contact is a nice strategy. Like there were not that many real contacts this game. Like I think 4, maybe 5, and so now knowing exactly who's got that reel can be super powerful.
Yeah.
For the sniper, because it's just so unlikely that the spy is going to be completing without contact on courtyard. That you either wait for a second contact, and if there's a second contact, it's one of those neutral lights most likely, or you've pretty much already got the spy highlight guaranteed, right?
That said, like you do give up the ability of highlighting for statue visits, right?
No, you don't have to. You can just remember who's who. Easy. Don't you just remember everything? Whatever.
I live my life in the moment, OP. Like that sick path right there. Want to comment on that sick path?
That was a sick path.
We're basically just one twin at this point. We're just covering up the other twin. We've consumed him. It's not a flirt pairing. We're just one person.
We basically became a single entity.
Yeah, so now there is a finish on the fingerprintable statue that the ambassador has just left. We're not going to go for it quite yet, though.
No. Time is ticking, but when do we go to statues, right?
Soon, hopefully, and so hope no one takes that fingerprintable one, because that's how our finish happens.
Well, what if we time ad? Oh, never mind.
No.
I honestly wouldn't have been that surprised if a time ad happened. There's a safety off on Taft.
Yeah, he was just recently at statues, but here comes another fingerprint finish from Mr.Rgrs. 1 inspect, 2 inspect. It's gonna be a 3 cycle though, I think. Oh no, this shot comes up to sorry, it's the wrong person. Wait, we broke statue animation. We broke statue animation, and QuickLime just didn't hold long enough to see it happen.
Yeah. They were so sure it was Owen's dress.
Oh God, no, QuickLime. If he
so
had
let's look at this. Okay, they gave Owen's dress, I would say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they were probably counting down for like what they suspected would be Owen's dress's last inspect, and they shot like exactly on like the 10-second mark. Like
which
they gave themselves as much time as they could when they assumed that it was Owen's dress finishing the missions.
We gotta take into account latency there. So if you're shooting on exactly 10, that's probably not gonna work.
Yeah, they gave themselves as much time as they could given the situation they were in. Well, but like Owen's dress did suspicious things, right? They BB'd and they went to statues and got their inspects done. Maybe they picked up a briefcase at some point. Who knows?
Yeah, I think that MrRgrs has identified perhaps a weakness of QuickLime's, not able to keep up fingerprints on courtyard, and has managed to get a win out of it twice now.
Yeah,
QuickLime trying to stay on the ball here on courtyard. And 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Where is the ball on courtyard?
I'm not sure.
Then how can you stay on it? It's okay. We're in AR control, so we don't have to commentate.
The ball on courtyard might be at the top of Mr. Turing's head.
Mr. Turing's head. All right, we Got a highlight for doing the fingerprints. As per
the same as last
use.
game, and I think we're
Yeah.
playing the same character as last game. Last time we played Spy as well.
I couldn't tell you. I didn't highlight them for the first game. So I couldn't tell you that I remembered who it was. But do you remember? Or do you just suspect it?
I know there was a teal played before this game.
So you're telling me that like sometimes you just don't remember what characters went to what places on the map. Got BB. Not bad BB. Actually, I think almost everyone was in a real BBable CC.
Yeah.
I assume that's a term.
BBable CC.
Yeah.
That's a lot of BBCC. BBC. We're watching
Watching the BBC right
The,
here.
the news channel, yes. Okay. Let's
BBCC.
stick with that, guys. Yeah.
Sorry, we can focus here. Did the is there a fingerprint on the drinks? I think so, but it looks like QuickLime doesn't care for it. Oh no, they do care. They do care.
This might be a difficult print though.
I think that's fine. In fact, that's probably better for QuickLime.
But does MrRgrs know that we're kind of getting hovered by the laser here? It's a little bit uncomfortable. We sip. Oh, okay. It's not difficult.
Okay.
We sip.
It was a real one. Yeah.
We don't want this briefcase, so we're gonna walk this way.
I was going to say like, oh, the cojones on this man for picking up that briefcase after finishing the fingerprints, knowing for a fact if they watched the last game that they were suspected for doing fingerprints. That's okay. We'll finish up flirts. We got fingerprints. So like this is like the classic game of Koyard, I would say, like the new classic.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think MrRgrs might have been on top of the fingerprints.
Maybe. Very, very shrewd. Very shrewd deduction there. We didn't stop talk, did we?
No, but we just insta talked.
Yeah, we just insta talked and just shot.
And MrRgrs
like
that.
And like maybe it was like the Toby movement afterwards that like really got MrRgrs thinking. Because like once Toby went to the other CC to offer it to Smallman, he would usually then just start going around that CC instead of going all the way back to where QuickLime is.
Right.
So that might have been a bit suspicious.
All right.
But we are what's this 3-1?
Yeah, 3-1 to MrRgrs.
Yeah. Not a good place to be for QuickLime.
We're gonna go into the next game. In 3, 2, 1. Playing it. What are you doing? What?
I do not know. Like when you started counting, I just started counting, but then like halfway through, I realized I shouldn't be counting.
Oh my god.
It's okay. We're on high rise. This is like the first time we saw this map this today. Anything interesting or like notes you want to make about it?
High rise is usually meta-wise the game of wait till late game, do your flirt, and hope an AI does center statues or gets fingerprints, and try to frame them.
Yep.
We did just see Smallman go into center statues, which SDA. So MrRgrs will be thinking that Smallman is a big suspect frame target, but in reality, is a low light.
Yeah. A bit unfortunate, especially if MrRgrs was keeping track of that and wants to frame Smallman. What else? Oh, I want to comment on this is one of the first maps that we see that we actually take off missions that we like tell the sniper we are not going to be doing these missions, so we can't complete them. And those are transfer microfilm, so that's going from like one bookcase to the other, swapping a statue, and purloining the guest list. So QuickLime, thankfully, doesn't have to keep track of any of those. And I think that this is pretty standard, right? Those are the ones you usually take off.
This is like the Softail standard for this venue, I've been seeing a lot more fingerprint off and purloin on recently. That's actually what I've been preferring myself.
Yeah.
But so I think at this point they've become kind of like both of them are like the standard setups for this. But here comes the fingerprint for MrRgrs, still going in to try to abuse the fact that QuickLime does not seem to have a track on these fingerprints.
Yeah. And so, like, the idea being that fingerprints is usually like a hard tell.
Oh, QuickLime had the fingerprints. There was actually a difficult fingerprint on that statue. It got hit.
Yeah.
QuickLime knew exactly where they were, decided, I'm not letting you do these anymore, and was immediately on top of it.
I'm such a genius with my timing of my comments, I'm just going to say. I would ask OP to pat my own back, but we are unfortunately quite far away from each other, so I'll pat it myself.
Yeah, I'm not patting your back, Wardar. I'm sorry.
I don't usually do good commentary, but like that sentence right there, while this track was happening, was beautiful. Like, that was an old timer. Are you ready for the next game?
Yeah, I'm ready for the next game. QuickLime on Kane on high rise in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
The score is 2-3 in MrRgrs' favor, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
3-2 to MrRgrs right now.
So, MrRgrs could extend their lead if they get the sniper win here.
Yeah, however, this high rise is a little bit shakier to get that on than other venues. Although I will note that QuickLime does not currently have inspects on. We have turned this off.
Yeah.
Instead we have
purloin on.
Banana bread.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this is usually you would turn fingerprints off because AIs are far less likely to complete fingerprint than they are to complete inspect. So if you're going to leave a soft tail off, you generally want to leave fingerprint off, unless you think that you can get away with fingerprints by leaving them off. But there's just so much less to track for the sniper when you don't need to remember who's got statues. So it's a little bit of a difficult thing to pull off.
Yeah. But like, can't it be like for some snipers it's actually hard to keep track of fingerprints than it is to keep track of inspects? Oh. Okay. How is this?
Well, now
you pick up a useless statue.
Yeah, so the good thing about turning off inspects is that going to a statue is suddenly something that is going to lose you heat, that makes you look more like an AI, because obviously there's no mission progress to be had, especially if there's no fingerprint on it.
I think we were looking for a flirt there, but the ST went and picked up the briefcase.
Seduction target.
Yeah, the seduction ST target. But that added suspicion to the ST, right? That might be a good thing for us, you know. Spreading the suspicion around so it makes it less likely that we get shot. Oh, okay. I want a prediction for you right here, right now. Do you think that there's going to be a shot in this game right here? Or do you think that MrRgrs is going to hold their fire? OP? Oh God!
I think there's going to be a shot.
Okay, I thought we lost you for a second there.
No, I'm alive. It's fine.
You made me really scared if I had to commentate this whole game by myself.
you can do it, Water. I believe in you.
It would just be a lot of me just like not even like referencing movie titles, just like saying movie titles names out loud.
This is like track, like budget track. Makes a bunch of movie references, but they're not actually movie references. Oh, that contact ended up being not so great for QuickLime.
Yeah.
And we're not actually in a position to be completing here. That's really unfortunate because this is the second fingerprint that our ST has gotten. So if we hadn't knocked him out right here, I think we might have gotten them shot.
Yeah.
But here comes the late purloin rush, I suppose. But there's only 3 seconds left. There's nothing to do.
Yeah,
you need to get your flirt done. So what you would need to do there the SD joined you in conversation, so you had a little bit of leeway. You can use the green test a purloin, walk close enough to your ST inside the same conversation, so you could green
So
test.
you could green test the
So you'd have win
all
pen.
in like what 5-10
Yeah,
seconds.
all in like under like 3 seconds.
There actually
Not
was
really
a bug
gonna
as
happen.
well. Like if you see at the end there,
Oh,
like
did they
ABBA
attempt it?
path right through us at the end. If he saw
Yeah,
that.
we could have tried for a bug for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that bug would have been sick.
That would have been an insane bug, but it's hard to prep that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is part of the skill of being a spy, right?
Yeah.
Bit of a timeout there. MrRgrs stays ahead.
Yep. MrRgrs up 4-2. I was gonna say up 2-4.
On the cane, the same spy QuickLime just played.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Anything interesting about these missions take out? We have taken off microfilm, swap, and purloin, so that looks standard.
It's the same setup that. Oh.
Are we not gonna comment on what just happened?
Yeah, we were pathing around like the really weird, everything's happening in chaos area, and the
Yeah.
ambassador was there. We went for a bug, it didn't land. Then we got a highlight, presumably for the bug credit, but then we got neutral lit, so maybe QuickLime's not as sure about it as we thought.
Mm-hmm. Like we attempted a bug, so maybe like we thought we saw the bug animation, but like we're no longer sure. That said, like maybe like they decided to stop highlighting and just remembered who they suspected for this.
Yeah, 32% on the first flirt. We're obviously still be looking around for AIs to frame.
Yeah, and I see that actually like that's actually maybe a good strategy here, especially if you want to save your highlights for people that finish inspects or finish fingerprints.
Yeah, saving your highlights for people actually completing the other missions. That's usually what I do myself on any venue.
Yeah, especially because you only need to keep track of one person. It's like, what's the point of highlighting one person?
Right, for sure.
Why you even use highlights at this point, OP? Why just simply remember everything?
Anyways, we're gonna go in for a second flirt here in a moment. But no, the ST fails.
See, this is the point where like I wish I was track and I knew a lot of movie title names, because then I could have like said something that had like a title of like Silent, like what Silent of the Lambs. That's a movie, right?
Yes, Silence of the Lambs is a movie. Is that how you're gonna make this reference? You're not gonna reference Clarice or anything, no? Just you should call out Silence of the Lambs. This really is budget track, isn't it?
It's okay. We're not doing anything, so we get to mess around here. This BB is going to be hard.
Ooh, but we don't need to take it just yet. MrRgrs is now watching Queen going to center statues here. And that could be pretty big.
Yeah, just wait for Queen to come into a CC, hopefully with a DA, and maybe they get shot.
Yeah, that would be the optimal play here. Yeah, that's kind of like the goal on SpyRise.
I love that you say like it's the optimal play as if like that's something that we have any power over. That we can't just hope that Queen does what we want.
Well, Queen is not currently in with a double agent, so this fake is not gonna help us out.
No.
I think that the QuickLime is about to hold a shot. There's no lowlights even coming off for the contact here.
Yeah.
MrRgrs obviously cannot finish in any reasonable manner. We have 60% flirt, not even a contact, and even if we crash bug, there's just not enough time. 5 seconds on the clock. There's no reason for QuickLime to be shooting.
God damn it, we're going to finish this flirt.
And QuickLime manages to hold the shot. We got a little bit lucky that Queen was not ever in with that double agent, and very nicely done. Now, MrRgrs again will be sniping to keep the lead against QuickLime's Smallman Spy.
All right, I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Any Smallman cheese you can really do on this map? Ooh, that was a good bugging opportunity, but we didn't take it.
Yeah, with some of those good bug opportunities, the sniper just might credit you anyways, which is something.
So you should go for it anyway. Is what
Yeah.
you're telling me. Like right here, go for this bug. You can do it.
Well,
You can.
well, not this bug, because the sniper can be a little bit more on top of that bug and make sure they know it's not an actual bug. Oh,
But
by the way, something I like to do on high rise when I'm sniping is because purloin is sometimes off. It's either purloin or fingerprint, right? So
yeah.
if well, in this case it's both because QuickLime's weird, but usually it's purloin or fingerprint.
Yeah.
So what you can do is if fingerprint's on and not purloin, you can low light Toby. Like some people, like I personally will highlight Toby if purloin's on, so I know where he is. But you can low light Toby, and when the ambassador takes a drink, highlight him. Next person take a drink, neutral light, so you know it's a difficult print. Then
Oh.
next person takes, back to low light. It's a good way of tracking drink prints.
That is a really smart way of just not memorizing what is going on, LP. That's a really good tip. Make sure everyone's taking down notes here. Again, OP's giving away free information. God, we have to go with this bug, right?
Bug, for sure.
We can get away with this.
QuickLime just decides that we won't, though.
That would be so clean.
That would have been very clean. We had a lot of cover from the two conversations in front of us.
And even like Toby. even Toby was there to help us with cover. Sorry, we're going to finish floods. Nice. Like now, what we're going to do? Like, oh, okay. We can bug here.
We didn't bug here.
Okay, we can bug when the ambassador leaves. Maybe if the DA leaves. Yeah, bug here. You can do it. You can do it quick. Like,
Come on.
Oh my
I also want to bug. QuickLime decided this game that bugging is overrated.
Bug is not taking off, right? No, bug
No,
is there.
it's definitely on. Go for a purloin? Purloin contact? Just an innocent drink take? Okay.
It's okay, QuickLime. Like you say in chat that you are bad at identifying when you have cover, but you're a small man. You always have cover. And the ambassador is cover for the bug when you're a small man.
Yeah, now we have 2 missions done. 1 more to go. Doesn't look like fingerprint's going to be an option, given that we've only got 35 seconds left on the clock. That does take a little bit more time. We could maybe try to go for a purloin. We did so see Teal reject, but we have a drink in our hands, so there that goes. Not happening this time.
Would you suggest greening the purloin?
Yeah, I would say that green's probably better than white. But here comes the moment of truth. Here comes the purloin. It is green. The reject happens. It's gonna go over Teal now.
Though.
Yeah, there's gonna be overtime, but it's offered to a highlight. We'll see if Mr. Rogers can be on top of the fade. Here it comes. The fade is very quick. We're not the shot. The shot is Cowboy, who I don't even think had a reject. Mr. Rogers not quite on top of that. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Cowboy did not actually have a reject chain.
Did they?
Nope.
Didn't they have a reject?
They did not.
They did not know.
They were offered a drink at 460. Sorry, 46. Excuse me.
But there was lots of takes between then and then.
The SDA took after. Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm with QuickLime here. Like at some point, at some time during this game, Cowboy had rejected a drink.
Yes.
I'm not saying that maybe they should keep in track of everything else that happened between that.
Looks like, yeah. Maybe didn't see the SDA take.
Yeah.
For that. Anyways, that means that QuickLime is back to we're back to even. It's 4-4.
And also, like, you might have just been panicking, right? It's overtime, and you don't really have a clue of what's going on, so you just shoot your top suspect, which happened to be Cowboy.
OT panic is rough sometimes. We see a lot of people fall to it.
Yeah. On to your favorite map.
Yeah, ballroom. All right, Mr. Rogers on general in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
There has to be a movie titled with ballroom in the name, right?
Yes.
What movie is it?
isn't there like a movie just called Ballroom Dancing or something? I don't know.
There is a movie called Ballroom Dancing.
There's a
I can't make that reference until someone dances, though. It's okay. We got.
there's
stuff-
there's
stuff's happening.
also I believe a song called Ballroom Blitz. I think.
But
Or is it a movie itself?
we can only make that reference when we are rushing.
Yeah. Song name, QuickLime. Thank you.
Apparently, there's a movie called Strictly Ballroom. That's a good one. That's a good reference.
There
we go.
That's my spy play. Strictly Ballroom.
Yeah. So we can assume that we're going to finish flirts. We're going to get BB at some point. Maybe go to statues. What do you think is going to be the last mission that we need to do?
You know, Ballroom is not as strict on having to go to statues as Courtyard is.
Yeah.
we could definitely be doing 2 hardtails or fingerprints and purloin or something like that. You know, so we don't have to go to statues.
All right. Yeah, and MrRgrs looks like they agree with you. Getting the first fingerprint down, 63% on the flirt.
Yeah, we are also playing General, which he has a very good walking bug. So I would be very interested in seeing the flirt, contact, fingerprint, and bug, especially when QuickLime has not really shown so far to be super on top of the fingerprints. Although we did see that one shot on the high rise, very nicely done. So
yeah. Then again, that is high rise, right? On the high rise, you can kind of shoot for fingerprints.
Yeah, it's
like I'm not advocating for it, but like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
We're going to walk to the SD at some point. How do you feel about how do you feel about that animation break? To leave
I knew it was coming. The second I saw that break, I knew that was coming.
It's okay. You know, sometimes the spy doesn't see it.
Why doesn't he see it, Woodar? Is it something to do with his sniper not being? What was it again?
Your pathing is only as good as your sniper.
There we go. Yes.
But I will give QuickLime some credit there. Like, it is sometimes very hard to note those minute breaks between walking out of a CC.
Banana bread.
Here comes the contact. 30 seconds left on the clock. I mean, we can go for this fingerprint bug. The ambassador did just take a drink.
What's Rocket doing?
We still have a drink in our hand. It's going to be a difficult fingerprint on the drink. I think that's what MrRgrs is going to be going for. We'll need to hit the green test and then get the bug in the waning seconds of the game. There's going to be overtime if we do even hit it. We do hit the fingerprint. We're going to have to go in for this bug. Here it comes. We hit the bug. 3 seconds left on the clock. There's going to be overtime, but does QuickLime on top of it? No, wow. He's not. Wow, what a clutch finish from MrRgrs.
That was a ballroom blitz. We finished what 2 missions in like 13-12 seconds. That was impressive, actually. Good job, MrRgrs.
Like, hitting difficult with that pressure is not easy, man. Like, it's beeping 10 seconds left. It's really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, like, you called it OP. Like that was a really good bug to go to, and like that was a really good walking bug from MrRgrs.
Yeah. As it turns out, you don't need to go to statues on Ballroom like you do on Courtyard.
Yeah. Yeah, Ballroom might be not that bad of a map, as it turns out. As a venue. I will get this right one of these days. I am not doing this on purpose, OP. Correct me whenever I see map.
Yeah, venue is the official checker approved term. Anyways,
yeah, venue is the official name for maps.
QuickLime was not able to make the sniper one happen, and is now back to being down. We'll see if he can make the return spy win in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We are Cowboy. I was going to ask you. I know that you really like Ballroom, as you stated. How much thought do you put into which character you pick as being your spy?
So on Ballroom, there were a few different characters that have like particular uses. Shorter characters can be very powerful if the party starts bunching up in the front of the venue. You can like try some like weird standing in the middle of nowhere purloins behind conversations, or you can go for like cheese swaps at the back if there's a big conversation in that conversation right in front of the statues.
Who do you consider as a short character? Would that be like Wheels, Smallman?
Yeah,
Would
Wheels.
Alice be considered a short one?
Not as much.
Okay.
I'd say that probably Queen, Wheels, Smallman, Teal are my go-to short characters for this venue.
Okay. I have no idea what just happened, but we got high lit, we got low lit, and then we got neutral lit.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but we are going in for the return to the blue bookcase.
Maybe we're just trying to low light a DA, and we just whoa.
Yeah,
Sorry,
transfer,
I completely missed the transfer. Good
Yeah,
job.
no,
Like, no one does transfer on this map.
Transfer is actually okay on this venue. Even I actually prefer action test microfilm because you can kind of get like good cover. You can get pretty good cover and natural cover too. You don't have to go anywhere necessarily that's too suspicious. I think this might be an inspect swap finish from here from QuickLime though.
I like that. Yeah, and like going back to like the character discussion, like this is one of the big characters. Excuse me. So they can block the statue.
And look at this. It's 1:30 left on the clock, and I don't think that MrRgrs would be looking for a swap here. Like I'm pretty sure we would have gotten away with a swap, but we're probably just gonna go for the less risky, in essence, play of going for the contact instead.
Oh right, we could just finish with a contact. You're right. Do you think we get shot for that? I'm going to call that we get shot for that if like we contact in like the last 30 seconds. If we can like somehow contact within like a minute, then we don't get shot. But it doesn't look like the DA is playing nice.
Yeah, not.
How do you feel about pivoting to Purloin?
It would be risky given the fact that we are that contact that center statue's highlight, right? And also the double agent just did join us, so this contact you have to be shooting just for the inspects and the contact essentially as MrRgrs, and I don't think he will. I think he's gonna have the trigger discipline, and in that case, it's actually kind of hurting him.
Yeah.
But, in general, it is correct not to be shooting people for just going to like center statues and then contacting. But when you've missed that, it can hurt to be like, oh crap, I should have shot them, but I just didn't have that microphone.
It did look like at the end that they were considering shooting.
Yeah, there was a little bit of like watching QuickLime. Yeah. I think maybe just because we were the last big suspect left.
Okay, so MrRgrs in chat just informed us that he credited QuickLime with the 4 missions, and he was waiting for a 5th.
Yeah, as it turns out, Ballroom was a 4 of 8 venue.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But now we're 5-5 going into library. It's
good position.
Really,
yeah,
it's a really tight set. And library is one of those venues where it can be sort of difficult to win as spy sometimes. So we'll see if MrRgrs can do it. Each game from here on out is worth a marble, as the community likes to put it recently. 1 point on the leaderboard for every game you win in these last 2. So MrRgrs, it's a big game. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and for this big game, they picked the. I was going to say like the biggest of the small characters, but that didn't make sense. But they picked a powerful character for this. Smallman can do a lot of shenanigans here.
On library, it's not as pronounced as on some other venues, but that does mean that you're not going to pick up the same kind of like automatic suspicion that you might on gallery or Tayen, for example. So, oh man, MrRgrs is just going after these fingerprints all the time right now. You know what I would have liked to see though? I would have liked to see MrRgrs not even return this. Just put that briefcase right back down, because you had cover from the conversation and you're Smallman, right? You're not likely to be seen with this briefcase if you just put it right back down. So even though QuickLime hasn't been really covering those fingerprints very well so far this set, putting that right back down guarantees that he's not on you for that fingerprint.
So you're advocating to break etiquette in this case?
Yeah.
For speed?
Yeah, not even for speed, for getting away with something without being seen. Like, that's breaking etiquette is not always wrong.
It's good to know. Make sure to jot down this notes, people. Going to bookcase. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be doing anything with this book. I think we're just wasting time waiting for someone to leave that CC so that we can go for a flirt. Yeah. Pick somewhere not that close. This is okay. This is okay, right?
Is it okay? I mean, yeah, no. I'm pretty sure this is close enough for a white flirt.
Opie, are you okay? Are you okay, Opie?
I'm not okay, and you're the reason. But everything's fine.
I was about to say that we should time out here, but I forgot you can't time out the.
Yeah, you can't time out here. There's only one window pad you can time out at the back of the venue, and it's that one that we're kind of staring at right now with our camera. Yeah, white test on the time ad, kind of running away from windows. It's caught immediately. Yeah, look at this. We got a few lowlights coming off very quickly from our speedy lime, and now we do have that one seduce done.
That was really unfortunate.
That's our only mission, but we have 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah.
Is this fingerprintable, do you think?
I have not been paying attention. I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes, because MrRgrs has been really gunning for those recently. And now we have 2 fingerprints. That's 2 missions done.
Yep.
QuickLime says those lights were not for time ad. So...
Yeah. Well, I mean, so what? We have 2 missions done, and we have 2.5 minutes on the clock.
A little bit of awkward pathing, but we're behind the pillar, so it's fine.
Yeah. I agree that was awkward. But yeah, thankfully it was blocked and not seen. That said, maybe we could get shot. I don't know. Would you shoot for that if you saw that?
I'd certainly highlight for it, but
you'd be suspicious. Yeah, I'll give you that. But what are we going to do? What is the plan, MrRgrs?
Well, Double Agent does not stop off in a conversation. Is instead at Blue Bookcase, so can't do that right about now. The Ambassador's coming nearby us. We could try for a bug, but the QuickLime is watching us as we're nearby. And looks like we are going to go into center statues, pick these up nice and quick. I'm going to pick up the highlight as well. Holding that highlight weighty in our hands, in our small man hands. And we're going to do a 3rd cycle. No, we barely get away with just the 2 cycle. Very nicely done, MrRgrs. Did not have to go into that 3rd one yet. But now we only have 3 missions. We've got a lot of soft tells done. But
we got 2 missions.
Yeah, but
on this map you need 5.
Yeah, you need 5 of them. You only got 3, and we only got a minute left. Double Agent does in fact join a conversation. We go for the bug. Oh my god, it didn't quite take, and that's why I mentioned this the very first 2 games of the set. I think that those bugs will almost never take, and there was even some bouncing to allow for that bug.
Does that bug ever take if there's no bouncing?
No, it never does. Not even with the 2 slowest characters in the game.
You can't like spam click fast enough.
No, even if the Ambassador is Pearls and the Spy is Orange, the 2 slowest characters, it will never take. And we go for that white Purloin, and it does not do us any favors. We couldn't get it done as MrRgrs and QuickLime takes down 1 whole marble in this set. Now spying on Library.
But do they take down a marble or do they grab a marble?
English language allows for both, honestly. So let's go into this last game. QuickLime as Alice in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Also, we didn't make that much of a comment on it, but that's what happens when you're a suspect and you white Purloin.
Yeah, you just die.
Yeah,
for sure. QuickLime not starting off so quickly here with We tried to get a flirt with our ST, but they walked all the way across the venue. Decided, no, I don't really want to flirt with you today. Not really interested. We're walked by the ambassador. We could have tried for a bug, but MrRgrs is watching in the area, so probably is looking around for people who could be doing that bug. And now we still have nothing done. We are in conversation with a double agent. We're being offered a drink. We could go for a purloin here, but no, it's just an innocent drink. We're QuickLime not living up to his name.
So we're slow lime.
Snail lime, maybe.
I guess like it is QuickLime's mortal enemy, Slow Lemon.
Slow lemon. Yeah, the mortal enemy is Slow Lemon, but the alter ego is Speedy Lemon.
Speedy Lemon.
Yeah, that's his alter ego.
Speedy Gonzalez. That's a movie, right?
We don't even get this flirt here because our ST lead for taking a drink.
QuickLime tried that same joke on the ST, and they didn't appreciate it either.
Oh god.
It's been a minute, right? Library starts at 4 minutes, or is it 4:30? I always forget.
It starts at like 4:45 now on STL settings.
So we spent like 2 minutes doing nothing. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, but we finally get a green test flirt here.
Yeah. I mean, better than a white test flirt. I'll give QuickLime that credit.
This is like crippling debt track.
Okay, so because we have time, okay. If we want statues, I wouldn't have told the story, but because now we have time, so we're just going for a BB here. Maybe a BB flirt. No, we got white.
Banana bread.
Me and Trek make a joke way back when we first met because like we were both born in Pennsylvania, but he stayed in Pennsylvania for all his life, and I left Pennsylvania at a very young age. So we always joke that we are actually doppelgangers of the same person that just branched out in two different paths, and at an early age.
Yeah. Oh man. If that's true, then apparently staying in Pennsylvania gives you a lot of SpyParty skills.
It does. Yeah, look, SpyParty is probably Pennsylvania is probably like the number 2 top SpyParty location.
What,
I'm pretty sure California is going to go like California, Pennsylvania, and then like.
We swap. We white swap, and there is still a mission and a half left to go for QuickLime. I think this is gonna get us dead. This is gonna get us dead. QuickLime, if MrRgrs has noticed, we're being followed.
We're trying to get shot. Yeah. So we ended up 6-6.
Yeah, it was a draw.
We split the marble.
There were 2 marbles up for grabs. We didn't split the marble. There are 2 marbles in each set.
2 marbles.
Each of them got 1. Okay, that makes way more sense.
I was gonna say, like, if you split a marble, we say marble anymore.